And
that way everybody's got like advanced warning too.
Yeah. All right. That sounds good, dude. I'm totally down with that. Cuz it sucks for me too because I'm hustling back from donating plasma and so
You're gonna pass out in the middle of the show, aren't you?
well, no, luckily I just ate. So.
Do telethon.
Hey, Freak 5.
He's just gonna be talking like, this is RPGrinders. I certainly feel fit.
Sometimes I feel like that, man. Hey, Freak 5, let us know if you can hear us, my friend. We'll start in just a second.
I have an interesting story to talk about about Justice League that isn't actually about Justice League.
Okay, good. I don't want to hear about Justice League. I haven't seen it, but I heard nothing but shit about it.
Mug didn't like it, but Mug's also a person who doesn't like a lot of things.
Well,
apparently us included.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Freak 5, let us know if you can hear us. I need to use the restroom, guys. I
can say that it's better than Batman versus Superman, but that's a pretty bad movie.
Anything is better than Batman versus Superman.
It's better than Man of Steel.
Yeah. All right. Give me a second, guys. I'll be back, and I liked Man of Steel. It was
and I didn't hate Man of Steel either. So it's like if you didn't like Man of Steel, this will be a better movie.
Yeah. All right.
Hey Frank, have you had a chance to start watching Punisher yet?
I watched the first episode. I want to talk about that. That's my sweeto. Okay. I don't want any spoilers for the rest of it because I'll watch it this week. But I did see the first episode, so
awesome.
We'll talk about that because it's an interesting series already for me. I'll be right back, guys. I got to use the restroom. Freak 5, let us know when you can hear us. I got the stream running. Let me know if something's off or whatever. So let me know if you can hear me in particular. But I got to step away for just a second. I'll be right back.
I don't want Moria to come back unless he's sorted his shit out. All right, that Fidel Dungeon Rescue game came out. One where you play as a dog. You still there, Break?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm here.
It's the one where you play as a dog and everything tries to kill you. It's set up like a roguelike, but it's a puzzle game because you're a dog and you can't kill things.
What? You can't kill anything? What kind of dog are you?
Unless you, I don't know. Maybe you can kill rats because they're easy enough for you. But most things are like beyond your level. And you're probably the type of dog that doesn't like getting into fights. I saw a post on Twitter about how Courage the Cavalry of the Dog was the best TV shitpost show ever. Because it basically was. Let's have this dog named Courage and let's have him be the worst dog ever.
Oh, Courage the Cowardly Dog. Oh, okay. I didn't know what you're talking about first. Jeez.
I'm hoping I still get my code of treasure knots when it finally fucking comes out, because it was a code that was promised with a certain Kickstarter support level, and I went for that one. But that's what you got in addition to like 12 issues of Nintendo Force, which was a fan magazine of Nintendo stuff.
Yeah,
it was basically trying to be Nintendo Power, because Nintendo Power doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, I like Nintendo Power though. You used to have those detailed NES maps, like all of them like pictured out and stuff for you. Like, here's this level. Like, oh sweet, know what to do now.
I think the magazine would have been more interesting if they actually had a section that had hints and tips, but they didn't. There's like reviews, and then there was features, and then there was like fan art and letter segments, but like it was definitely missing a hint section.
Yeah. Frank?
I mean, that's mostly that has more to do with the fact that games no longer have cheat codes in it. But
okay,
I mean, the least you could do is have strategy section.
Yeah.
all right.
That's my problem with a lot of games is not needing a cheat code to beat it, but trying to figure out what to do next type things. Like I'll get stuck at a certain point, or like, what the fuck? Where am I supposed to go here? And there's no real good indicator as to where you're supposed to go next.
I can figure they probably didn't want to bother, because if you wanted to, you could just find a blog somewhere, or use YouTube, or go on a forum.
Yeah, and you can't. And most games don't even come with even a sheet of paper anymore, like giving you like the epilepsy warnings. Like they don't even include those in most games anymore.
Okay,
You open it, and it's nothing.
We got sound, guys. If I sound a little weird this week, it's because somebody stole my fucking mic. No, it wasn't.
I want to play that scene from Goonies where the girl's crying about the bike and replace it with Mike.
Let's see.
Put your head on the girl's face.
Refreshing. Okay. Okay. All right, you guys ready? We got to start this.
Oh, there you are. Okay. Yes.
Okay. Let's do it. I got a special intro this week.
Let's do it.
All right.
Is this Tone Loc? Is that what we're opening with?
Yeah, exactly. It's Tone Loc. Tone Loc. Funky.
Oh, yeah, I haven't opened IRC yet.
Well, all right. Let's see. Freak5, can you hear us now, my friend? Find on Dungeon Busters in. I think it's just Freak5's user error. We're going to go ahead and get started. Damn. Dungeon has sound. I don't know what's wrong. I think it's... All right. Let me check.
He finally freaked out his own computer.
Let me check something real quick.
With all of his lurid fantasies. Lurid, horrible fantasies.
And those porn sites have destroyed his computer. The hard drive burned itself. Like, oh, my drive.
That's really weird.
Tainted.
Check YouTube. It's not on Wicked Radio. Let's check YouTube.
Dungeons knows Twitch is fine.
Okay. Twitch and YouTube are good. Okay, let's get started, dude. I don't know what's going on with Wicked Radio, but who cares? Let's go.
Sorry, I muted.
All right, cool.
I just want to check out chat in the YouTube section.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome, everybody, to RPGrinders, episode 464. I am your host this week, Frank Branches, alongside my trusty cohorts, Eric the Great, Breakman the Bold. Gentlemen, how are you
good. I'm good.
Good. Yeah.
Good.
I'm not so good, man. I'm having a rough day, man. I had to rush to get over here. Find out that my mic has been
Pilfered.
Yep. It's been acquired by a fucking
MXT
thief.
stole it, didn't he?
You know what? That's a good assumption to make. MXT stole my goddamn mic. Where are you, MXT? Where's my mic? So, we got lots to talk about this week, guys. The intro that you heard was Back in Black. There's a reason why that was playing. I'll talk about it later. Let's get done with this news real quick. We got tons of news for you guys. Eric, let's start the news.
Okay, from RPG site. I might as well do both of these because they're related to each other.
Yeah,
but
go for it.
First one's about how Tokyo is Xanadu EX Plus for PlayStation 4 got a release date of December 8th for North America and Europe, and it's an enhanced version of Tokyo Xanadu, which came out for the Vita earlier this year, which I picked up, but I haven't bothered playing. But I'm probably gonna request view code for the PS4 version because I hear Ghostlight's doing the PC version, and based on the quality level of Lost Dimension, I wouldn't trust them to do anything.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, I'd wait and like to see if they fix all the bugs before I play any PC version of the game.
Also, it's like a Bethesda game.
Well, yeah. I don't think Bethesda ever fixes the bugs.
That's a fair point.
Because they'll fix bugs, but then they'll make 3 new ones.
No, every time they fix one, they make the worst bugs. It's true.
I know.
Even Skyrim on the Switch has bugs.
What? That game has been out for fucking
It's probably the same
ever.
goddamn bugs.
Oh my god, man, that's some stupid ass shit.
At least it probably plays on fucking Oblivion did or Fallout 3 did.
I like Oblivion. Skyrim's one of my favorite games of all time. All right, what's next?
There was also the issue with the PS3 version of Skyrim where I think it with the save files, it would just cause your game to crash because for whatever reason they coded the game to make your save files incrementally larger.
Yeah.
The more you saved on it.
Let's move on, Eric. What do we got next?
But in addition to the PS4 release, the beta tests for the PC version's happening, or closed beta, but it's already over though. But I think the period was that was 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So or nearly 2 weeks ago, but it happened on November 12th, and I didn't want to bother because honestly, you should have a QA team for that. It's kind of sad that Axis doesn't have the money to afford a QA team.
Yeah.
They're using players as guinea pigs.
All right, let's move on. Breakman, next story, please.
I thought he was doing both the first two.
He did.
He combined. Oh,
yeah.
You did them so fast. I thought we were on the second one.
We gotta get
come to us live from RPG site. Wait a minute, I skipped them. Shit. Coming live to us from RPG site. Bond of the Skies for Nintendo 3DS is now out.
Yeah. So there you go. It's out.
Guess what? That's a game, isn't it?
I like quick announcements like that. That's awesome, Breakman. That's perfect.
Whoops, the first link is
it's
actually a duplicate.
Okay, it's on the eShop, so I don't know what type. It looks like a dungeon. No, not a dungeon crawler. Like an action RPG, maybe. I don't know.
It reminds me a bit of Mystic Chronicle.
I have not had a chance to preview any of the news stories today. I'm running a little bit late, but it's going to be one of those type of days. Freak 5 Chaos is asking if
Android and see if it's on the Android.
Eric, hang on. Freak 5 is asking, have any of you started watching Punisher? We'll be talking about that a little bit.
I have.
Yeah, I watched the first episode. So I will talk about the first episode, spoiler free, when we get to that point. Because there's a discussion to be had about the Punisher. All right. Next story comes. What was that, Break?
I said, oh yeah, there is.
Yeah. All right. Next story comes to us from RPGsite.net. Entire Trails of Cold Steel series will come to the PS4. That's awesome. Will they be in one disc or? or multiple disc?
I'm pretty sure they're just releasing the first one for now.
Okay. It would have been nice to have like a collection of those games, but okay. So let's see. After blah 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 blah. That's about it. Okay, Eric, next story, please.
Oh, if you want to know, the game has apparently a new subtitle added to it. It's called Trails of Cold Steel 1, Thor's Military Academy 1204, which is actually the year the game takes place in that fictional world.
Oh, okay. Before you get to the next story, Eric, let me make a quick announcement. I forgot to do this. I'm a little behind, like I said today, but we will have one more Saturday show next week, and then we're gonna move back into our old time slot, which is Friday at 7 Eastern. So those of us listening,
FNG lives, but it's Friday Night Grinders rather than gaming.
yeah,
That would be Friday, December 1st.
yes,
So,
yes.
1st of December.
That's the day Xenoblade 2 comes out.
Yeah, we will be moving back to that time slot.
Because we all let me. I'm sorry to interject because I know you're talking,
ahead.
but I just wanted to vent real quick. Like we all moved for other people. The three of us.
Yeah.
We moved for the convenience of having other people here, and those people barely show up if ever.
Yeah. So
we're gonna do what's more convenient for us.
Yeah, exactly. Who the hell wants to screw?
Here's a casting call for who wants to be the next co-host.
Yeah, right. Maybe 3 is good for now. I don't know. We'll see, man. Maybe I don't know. We'll see.
Like I thought with him, like he moving in with you, even maybe that you think that would make it. I don't know, him more accessible or something.
Dude, I don't know, man. Like I'm an adult, he's an adult. Like we're just whatever.
Dungeon Buster is good with the time slot change.
Yeah.
Also, I want to talk more about the PS4 release of this game before we move on. But it is gonna have 4K resolution support, which is nice. The PC version also does this, but I guess they looked at the PC version. They're gonna do their best to match that. But 68 for FPS frame rate and a turbo skip mode, which is also in the PC version, which really makes the game go fast. Yeah. Although I think in that game you can set it to ridiculous levels.
Okay. All right. Earlier you mentioned Xenoblade Chronicles, Eric. Gets a new trailer. Dual audio expansion pass announced, so that's pretty cool.
There's going to be DLC for it.
Yeah. Starting on November 9th, which we already have long been past that. But see if I can get some new dates. Oh, okay. Support items starting in December. New quest for the main game starting January. New Rare Blade in the spring of 2018. New challenge battle mode summer 2018, and a brand new story and adventure autumn of 2018. So that's cool. They're gonna do a little bit. The only thing I don't like is the price of $30. That to me is a little steep. So you're paying what, 70? I guess.
Well, unless they have more content than Zelda is doing, that is a little steep.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure it will be. I'm sure there'll be like story DLC rather than just quest DLC later on.
Yeah, but what I'm curious about is the new quest. How much that's going to add to the game? It better be a healthy helping for $30, man. That's a lot of money. All right.
Yeah, the quest better take you somewhere exclusive because otherwise it's gonna be like another quest you can do that go kill X enemies.
Yeah.
Get this item.
All right, Eric. Next story, please.
The next story is that the Pillars of Eternity Definitive Edition has a date for November 15th, so it's out already.
Yeah. Looks like $39.99 is what you'll be paying for that.
So our whole news story was to announce a game
still
that's
waiting
going to
for
come
a
out
good
that's already out.
Yeah, I know. Dude, these news stories, man, sometimes they're not even news. All right.
This is probably a leftover one from last week, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Breakman, next story, please.
coming to us live from Gamatsu. Fallen Legion, Flames of Rebellion, Flames of Rebellion coming to PS4 on December 12th.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. It
looks pretty. It does look pretty from the screenshot. I haven't seen
This is
video.
the PS4 version, which is a different game from the PS Vita version, which came out in the summer.
Yeah. Looks pretty, so we'll look forward to that. All right, next story, Eric.
Next story is that Zero Escape the Nonary games is finally coming out in Europe on December 15th. And it's going to have a physical and a digital release, so they're not getting completely screwed like they usually do. Mm-hmm. I think I remember the original release of Virtue's Last Reward only getting a digital release in Europe, and it wasn't dual audio.
Yeah. All right.
So, yay. Now you can get dual audio.
Yeah, there you go. All right, Breakman, next story, please.
I'm sorry, I was reading the news, reading chat what Freak's talking about. Like, he's not done yet, so I don't want to. But anyways, comes to live from Gamatsu. Battle Chef Brigade for Switch and PC launches November 20th.
Yeah. Okay. What is this game? Does it even say like what?
Yeah, it does. I thought we were just trying to get through the news really quick. Let's see here. Battle Chef Brigade features fantasy chefs, including orcs, elves, and humans who need to hunt dangerous monsters for ingredients. Well, thank God the orcs aren't just using humans as ingredients. With those ingredients before the critical eye of the judges, the chef creates culinary masterpieces in an intense tournament. Battle Chef Brigade pairs one part combo-based action hunting and one part puzzle-based cooking, all as the round clock ticks down. Jesus Christ!
Breakman, I'm giving you softball stories today, and you're fucking them up, man. Hey, what is the deal with like food and the Japanese, man? They
this isn't a Japanese game. This is a Western game.
Oh, it is.
This has a really pretty hand-drawn screenshot. Apparently, that's how the game is, and that looks really pretty. I would like to play something like that.
It looks good. Maybe this game will be good too, guys. It comes to us from Siliconera. Death Coming is, excuse me, is a puzzle game.
Is this a sequel to Death Stranding before the game's even released?
Death, take it in private, man. Come on, not in front of everybody. There are kids here.
Yeah, exactly. Death Coming is a puzzle game about setting up lethal accidents. Whoa, that's
that sounds fun.
Kind of fun sounding, I guess. It's got pixelated art style. Looks alright.
No, that doesn't sound as fun now if it's just a pixel art. I wanted to I haven't had the screenshot loaded or anything, but I
it's basically Roller Coaster Tycoon, but the entire purpose of the game is to kill people.
That sounds fun again. I need to see a screenshot here.
Dude, it looks good, man. I'm looking at the video, and all you do is try to get people killed. So that's,
that does look fun. Yeah, I'd play this.
I'm down.
This is a virtual pillow punching simulator.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Totally the hell out of that.
Exactly. All right, next story break.
I didn't have it loaded yet. Right, Smooth Animation's coming to us live from Siliconera. Smooth Animation brings the animal people of the visual novel to life.
You see how nice I'm being to you today, Breakman? I'm not giving you any of the, Japanese named ones. I'm being nice, man. I just thought I'd point that out.
No, but you're doing it like out of order, so I'm not.
Once we get back to Fridays, that's all bets are off, though.
Yeah, all bets are off on Fridays, man.
That's fine. That's fine.
You need to fulfill your Japanese quota.
Something to do with love. I like the name.
Yeah.
Features smooth animation for its cast of animal characters, and I'm out.
All right.
Furry
game. Looking to make each feel believable in their emotions and gestures as the player gets to know them. Yeah. Players become a bachelor in Garden Grove and something to do with love. In this town, they'll be free to explore the various hangout spots if they wish, meeting different people as they go about their daily schedule. Yeah. The world of Garden Grove and its characters all work on their own timelines throughout day and night and weather cycles, so getting to know people and places will help players learn who and what will be going on.
Yeah.
Something to Do with Love features multiple characters. Just like the title, sorry. Features multiple characters the player can date, each with their own personality types and behaviors players will want to learn if they wish to get closer to them.
Yeah.
Players are also free to lie to these characters to impress them and then act however they want. But word does get around town should players get caught acting counter to what they said to their love interest.
That's interesting, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is very interesting. Something to Do with Love uses a fluid animation style to make each character feel believable, capturing gestures, body language, and general movement in ways that give the characters a sense of realism. That sounds really interesting.
Yeah, you know.
Why's it got to be furries, though?
But see, that's the thing. Like,
they probably wanted to make a furry game for the furry community, and they're like, "Why don't we just do this?"
All I gotta say is, where's Tiger Claw? Because this is like.
Is he a furry?
He's not a furry. He just loves furries, man. That's just Tiger Claw. It's techno music and furries. That's Tiger Claw. But anyways, this sounds interesting. I agree with you, Breakman, that sometimes there are gems in the rough of what we
maybe they tried doing humans and it was too hard for them, so they're like, let's do sort of humans.
Or maybe they just have a furry fetish. I don't know.
Like, I'm not into visual novels, but I would totally play something like that. Like, totally, dude.
Well, you should play it. Play it, man.
Awesome. Yeah. Totally radical.
Totally, dude. We're back in the 80s, man.
I can't tell if these are 2D or 3D models, though.
Radical. And do you guys remember?
I can't really tell from here.
I need to see it in motion.
You guys don't remember that.
There's a video you can read. Read. I'm just going to shut up.
All right, next story comes to us from Silicon Era. Gothic Metroidvania Usurper encourages risky, aggressive play styles. Blah, blah, blah. Wants players to keep up the pressure on their foes, keeping them a guarded shield, giving them a guarding shield that will absorb damage before they're... You're rubbing off on me, Breakman. What the fuck?
You're welcome.
Before their character starts to really get hurt, this shield is recharged by dodging through enemy attacks, encouraging players to keep rushing forward and doing damage. It's a sequel to Shrouded Insanity, so I never played that, but if you have in chat, let me know. So there you go. It encourages aggressive play a la Dark Souls and other games, but it's now available on Steam Early Access. If you guys play this game, it looks fun. Let me know. It's one of those Metroidvania type games, but it looks good. All right, next story, Eric.
The next story is from Silicon Era, and it's about how the Utawareru Mono is getting its series first action game and a couple other new titles. And one of them is a remake of the original game using the engine from the last two games that came out like this year, Mask of Deception, Mask of Truth.
What are they? What are those games?
Well, the original visual novel was a thing, and then they had an anime of that, and then they decided to make a sequel, and which is split into two parts, and those are strategy RPGs.
Yeah.
So this one's going to be a remake of that story, of the first game storyline, but in a strategy RPG.
Is that a train I hear?
Yes. Sorry.
It's all good, dude. I'm like, it reminds me. The other day I was gonna tell you guys. I meant to put a note in here. Like I was sitting out back, and doing my thing. Hang on.
But there's like a couple more other titles that they don't have names for yet. But.
Dude, that reminds me. I have just a quick side note here.
I unmuted myself because I thought it was done, and then it blew it for one more goddamn time. Like, motherfuck.
I was sitting out back, and I was smoking, and I was just like chilling, just kind of relaxing. And it was a perfect moment. There was silence, no cars, no people, nothing. And it was like perfect. And then all of a sudden I hear... And I'm like, oh yeah, that reminds me, we're in the year 2017. Uh, all right. Next story. Brakeman. Let's go with.
Where's
you.
my flying trains?
I know, man. Something, man. God
It
damn
better,
it.
better fucking travel through time too.
Yeah.
Coming to us live from Silicon Era. I thought you said you were being nice to me, Frank.
I am. Look, this is easy.
Wear room.
That's what I just did, Drake. You don't have to do that.
Next after that one.
Shit, my pages aren't fucking. My computer. There's something up with my computer. It's loading really slow.
You need a new computer.
It just loaded the other one while I was reading it. Silicon Era, them.
Yeah.
Alder's Blood, a gothic tactical game of fighting lycanthropes.
Yeah.
Is that how it's pronounced?
Yeah, lycanthropes.
It's werewolves.
Yeah, exactly.
Werewolves.
Just read the damn story, damn it.
I'm trying. My computer's. Oh my god, it's like locking up.
It's all
here.
good, dude. It's just a tactical horror game, which looks cool. I just wish it wasn't a tactical game. I wish it was just straight traditional. This is the type of game that I've been talking to you guys about for the longest, like a straight up horror RPG. So if I was into tactical games, I would play this in a second. But
see, I'm the one who's in tactical games. It should be something I should look into if I could even read this article.
Yeah, go for it.
Thanks, computer. You hear that? That's me pressing the button and nothing's happening.
Okay, I'll read it, man. Alder's Blood mingles inspirations from Bloodborne and XCOM, putting players in strategic combat against lycanthropes and other horrors in a gothic world. So it's shaped.
So it's like mummies and vampires and Madonnas.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't you mean Medusa or Gorgons?
No, I'm not Madonna.
No,
she's a monster.
Like a Virgin will be played throughout that game. So just so you know. But yeah, it looks cool. I'm down to watch somebody play this game. So if you have video of it or you know a good Let's Play, let me know, because I don't currently have any systems, but we'll talk about that in a second.
We'll talk about that when we get to sales then, maybe.
Well, it's not even out yet, so you can't watch videos.
Yeah.
Maybe you can camp outside one of them stores on Black Friday, and when you see people getting out of them deals,
it's a strategy.
Come up behind them, mug them, and
got a hex grid.
I like your idea, Breakman. We'll talk more about that in a bit too. All right, Eric. Next story, please.
Next story is about a cyberpunk adventure. The Red Strings Club influences minds through drink, mixing, and pottery. The Supercontinent Limited aims to eliminate depression, anger, and fear and brainwashing the populace under the guise of altruism. However, a bartender, hacker, and empathy android see through this plan will stop it using their very specific skill sets in Cyberpunk Adventure The Red Strings Club. These players will need to get information in the world, but few are going to give it willingly. So you can get them drunk, maybe like get them to talk about certain things or give you items. Yeah. But it's basically about bartender manipulation.
Yeah, I was gonna ask though. This is not based on the Cyberpunk game, right? The tabletop. Okay.
It's just cyberpunkish world.
All right. It's got like a little retro cyberpunk kind of style. I don't know. It's a unique tale, but it's not something that I'm particularly interested in. But anyways, all right. Breakman, do you have the next story?
Coming to us live from RPG site, Fu Ryu announces Caligula overdose for PS4. Fu Ryu held a live stream dedicated to Caligula Effect, bringing a major announcement to the reveal of Caligula Overdose, a full remake that will be released on the PS4. The Juvenile RPG that was originally released on PlayStation. Is Juvenile the name of the developer?
I don't know. Maybe.
I think so.
No.
Wait, it's talking about the juveniles in the game. Sorry.
Oh. I want a developer named Juvenile now. Come on, like the rapper. You know what? I want the rapper Juvenile to come back to wherever he's been for the last 20 years and make a game studio.
Yeah,
And just call it
exactly.
Juvenile.
Yeah.
Juvenile RPG that was originally released. Seriously, whatever happened to that guy? He just kind of disappeared, didn't
Yeah, he did. It's weird.
originally released on the PS Vita, is getting reworked with Unreal Engine 4, which makes the new game have more refined graphics and UI, as well as better accessibility. One of the most requested features on the Coagula effect was to add a selection for a female protagonist. In Furyu, we will add the feature in this game. Yeah, it's a feature now. Being a female character is a feature. She will be voiced by the famous Miyuki Sawashiro, who also happens to be the elder sister of the voice actor for the original male protagonist, Chiharu Sawashiro.
God, you did good,
number
man.
of new characters. I'm not even going to ask if those were right. I'm moving on. A number of new characters are also added to in this remake, and I'm going to keep moving on too. Ayana Amamoto, voiced by Maria Naganawa, and Iji Bawasaka, voiced by Kenji Akabane. Okay, newly joined the Go Home Club, while Kuchinashi with Pinocchio P as the composer.
Does he have a long nose?
Yeah, that's what. And Stork, Decode 27. I don't know what that is. Reinforced Oshinato musicians.
Yeah. All right.
I really don't know if a PS4 remake with Unreal Engine 4 and a couple of content that's added to a game that was already very uninteresting is going to make it better.
Yeah. I doubt it.
The last little bit of it. Coagula Overdose will also have twice the scenario volume. Coagula Overdose will also have twice the scenario volume of Coagula effect, with a newly added route that will see the protagonist join the Master of Mu and her Osanatu magicians, while still acting as the leader of the Go Home Club. And there will be a limited edition that contains a special album CD, a booklet that contains composer interviews and short stories, a DLC code to unlock casual clothing for Go Home Club members, and a ticket for participating in Coagula event that will be held in Japan. Coagula Overdose will be released for PlayStation 4 in Japan on May 17th, 2018.
I feel like Furyu's only made one good game, and that's getting the development team that put into the work into actually two good games, the work into Legend of Legacy and the Alliance Alive, and that's it.
This game,
they only published Lost Dimension. The developer for Lost Dimension was Landcars, who made the Entry Odyssey games.
Yeah, the look of this game is a la Persona, but
only it's not nearly as good.
Yeah.
And in fact, it kind of rips off the plot a bit.
Dungeon Buster was thinking what I was thinking. He says, Caligula Overdose, now with even more Malcolm McDowell. Yeah, exactly.
Ooh.
Remember I asked you that, Eric? I asked you if this game was about like orgies and shit, but anyway.
If only it were, because then it might actually be interesting.
Yeah, maybe the next game will have orgies. Coming to us live from RPG site, Atelier, Liddy, and Suel. I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah, that definitely won't have orgies.
Yeah, no orgies. Alchemist of the Mysterious Paintings, set to release in March for North America and Europe. I think that's all we need to know about that game. It's got a nice.
I think it's got an actual date now, but I think it's like maybe the 24th. Yeah. That's off the top of my head. I could be getting it mixed up with another date, though.
There's an update. NIS is offering a limited edition of the game for fans in North America on their online store. This edition is available for both the Switch and the PS4 and is priced at $99.99. That's
no thanks.
Yeah, no thank you.
I just want the standard physical edition. I mean, at least it isn't a situation like the Vita, where it was the only way to get the Vita version physical.
Yeah, it comes with official hardcover art book, so that's kind of neat. Official sound.
I worry about how far off we are from that. from a lot more games being released, like you have to buy the special edition because this is the only way we can make money is pack in a bunch of shit and charge you a lot more for it.
Yeah, no, that's true. Official soundtrack deluxe cloth poster, which is kind of nifty. Collector's box, which who gives a shit?
Yeah,
And
this is the shit I'm talking about. Like the collector box, I know they add up in their mind
the gold edition for Assassin's Creed Origins, and then the super special edition, and that gives me a headache.
And a mystery
Fucking
bonus
Ubisoft.
item. There's a mystery bonus item in here, so I don't know what that is, but anyways, so look forward to that. I'm not paying $100 for that game though. All right, next story, Eric, and final one.
Next story is about a game we're probably also not getting, even though this is the second opportunity for Sega to give us this game. Shining Resonance Refrain has been announced for PS4, and it is a PS4 port and remaster of the PS3 game Shining Resonance, which was basically Shining but with Valkyria Chronicle-like battle system.
Yeah. Freak5 says mystery boner item. Yeah, for sure. I mean, we were talking about orgies and...
Yeah, if it's coming out this year, it's probably a pen.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm guessing these pins cost like $0.25 to make or something, and they added up like $5.
Yeah, that's all.
It's more than just a port, though. It's like there's new story content too.
All right, so
but I just mean a lot of this junk they add in games does not cost that much, and they're putting items in, and they're thinking like of a certain dollar amount they can charge in their mind, where it's basically profit for them.
Are those even a thing? Freak5 Chaos says it's a fidget spinner cock ring. Is there?
Anyways, before we get down to the news, this game has a release date for Japan on March 29th.
Yeah, so which means we'll maybe see it.
We might get it, because maybe the reason Sega didn't do it last time is because they're waiting for that PS4 version to come out.
Yeah. All right, that is.
We got no excuse now, Sega.
That's the news. We're moving on to homie discounts. I'm not going to go through all the Black Friday deals, but there are a.
I was actually going to go through a lot of the Black Friday deals because I had something set up, but I was thinking we could probably wait until maybe the end of the show to do that.
Let's do that. Let's wait for Black Friday to free for all because we got other stuff to get through here.
Yeah, like I know we do because we missed an episode and everything.
I haven't seen any deals yet, but
I've got it.
Breakman has them, and there's an ass ton of deals for sure.
I worked before this show for a couple hours making a list.
Okay.
Of those deals for Black Friday.
Fusions on there.
Yeah.
No.
All right, let's move on to Twitter questions. Breakman, anything on?
Yeah, let's just move on past that because I ain't shit on Twitter either.
All right, what have you been playing, Breakman?
I've mostly been playing the same games. Let's see here.
Freak5, he says, why has it got to be Black Friday? Yeah, exactly.
Racist Friday.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been playing games like, let me see, Final Fantasy, Record Keeper, and
Fallout 4, Halo.
And the only game that matters.
What is that? What was that?
The newest game I've been playing.
Yeah.
South Park Phone Destroyer.
What?
I heard that in the background. They said Phone Destroyer.
Yeah. I was trying to get it to load perfectly. I was talking when they said phone, which is my bad. But it's a real-time strategy game.
Interesting.
It's a lot of fun. It's free to play. There are like stuff you can buy and shit like that. The
free to play and expensive to win.
But so far, I haven't lost an online game yet, and I've not bought anything.
No, that's good. That's cool.
Yeah, like I haven't lost online so far.
Yeah,
because PvP is heavily like one of the things like they're like pushing for because they do require it for you to advance in the storyline. But basically, this game is for everybody who remembers the Stick of Truth, it was the kids of South Park playing a like Dungeons and Dragons type game, right?
Yeah.
The Wizards and Warriors. And I haven't played Fractured Butthole, but from what I've seen, it is basically them playing superheroes, right? Phone Destroyer is them playing all different types of games, and it's kind of mixed in. So you've got, like, it starts out with cowboys and Indians, as they say. I'm not the racist who said that. It's Cartman. That's what he said. The cowboys and Indians, and then it's gone to robots and aliens, I think.
Robots.
And then there's other stuff in there. I just haven't. I've only got to the second world so far, but allows you to mix these characters together from the show, and it's not like a cheaply done game, because you can tell they've put a lot of work into it. There's little clips of Cartman and Butters and the other characters of the show, stuff like that.
That's really cool, man. That's
so
awesome.
I'm really enjoying it. It's free to play. Get on there. Maybe I can kick your ass online. Now that I said that, I'm going to lose every online game ever.
Dude, I was going to say, it's quite easy when you're playing like kindergartners, so that's probably why you're winning all those games. Have you been playing anything else, Break, or has that been...
just not much of the other show. Not much of the, like, Xbox games. I've been watching, like, Netflix and such. Like, yeah. Yes, Punisher is out.
Yes, we'll talk about that in a second. Eric, what have you been playing?
I played a little bit more Demon Gaze 2. I got near to the end, and I was like, I should probably beat the first one, finally, because I'm at the end of that game, too, and I just stopped. So I basically kept the tradition going, because I got other games I need to play instead.
Freak 5 is exiled, you son of a bitch.
So that review is up on totallegn.com now. You can look that up. And other than that, I've been playing more Color X Malice. I almost started. I actually managed to get a review code for the Story of Seasons Trio of Towns, because the DLC came out. But here's a stupid story I could include in my Stinko, but I already had like 2 of them, so I didn't know if I should include a third. But apparently they fucked up with the DLC codes, and they aren't providing any new codes. So I had to buy the DLC. And it's shitty because it was on the cartridge DLC. I'm thinking the only reason they locked it out is because they didn't had the license acquired at the time for that content.
Oh my god, that sucks, man. That really sucks. All right, you've been playing anything else, Eric?
That's it.
All right. I've been playing...
I saw a couple movies.
Yeah.
One which I wanted to review, but we weren't here last week.
Yeah.
Before you go on, Freak 5 Kez asked me about how was... he was asking us about how was Phone Destroyer South Park. I've seen the ads, and we're thinking about downloading it, and then he heard my review and said, was.
Does it destroy your phone?
Yeah.
So far, I hope not.
Yeah.
All right, like how much data does it consume if you're playing like not on Wi-Fi?
I have no idea.
I've been playing, of course, Marvel Puzzle Quest, and I actually played the DLC of Stranger Things, the free like little character thing.
DLC is free, right?
Yeah, it's free. There's
oh, really? I was just kidding.
There's DLC for a phone game.
Yeah. It's not DLC. It's just another character that they added.
There's tons of DLC for a phone game. Play Plants vs. Zombies 2. Yeah. They have a ton of plants that they charge $5 a piece for.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That sucks.
And a bunch of other things. They have things in their store priced up to $100.
Yeah.
I just think, like, who the fuck are these people paying $100 to play?
Dude, you'd be surprised. Like in Marvel Puzzle Quest, I've only spent $20 in the 3 years that I've played it, but by my calculation, some people have spent upwards of like $200 for that game. That's
crazy.
Yeah.
I have spent money on Plants vs. Zombies. Anytime they have like a sale they have one of their plants on sale for $1.
Yeah.
Usually I buy them because I like their DLC plants. A lot of them.
Yeah.
There's some that I'm like, I don't need that.
Yeah.
I don't need any of them, but you know what I'm saying.
I'm not gonna pay for to get extra in Marvel Puzzle Quest. Like if I happen to get a character pack, that's cool. If not, I'm not gonna spend the extra to worry about it. But anyways. All right, let's move on. Eric, you have reviews. Please do spoiler free. I still haven't had a chance to see Thor So there you go. But you have a review for Thor, Pokemon, and Justice League. So let's hear them in succession, Eric.
Okay, Thor Ragnarok is the third Thor movie, or if you're Breakman, it's the second Thor movie.
Wait, what was that supposed to mean?
You like calling the second movie the Loki film?
Oh, that's true. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You're correct.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's more like Loki and Thor's bogus adventure.
I like where this is going.
But
I don't care what anybody says. Bogus Adventure was fucking awesome.
Dude, that's the name of this episode. Thor's Bogus Adventure.
Anyways, he goes down to, I can only assume it's Jotunheim because that's where Surtur is. And I'm basing this entirely off of my knowledge of Norse mythology, not any knowledge of the comic books whatsoever. Because I don't read comic books, because I don't have time for that shit, or the money to buy them. But, anyways, he goes down there because he's trying to make sense of the dreams he's having, which are pathetic, and which is apparently ability he shares from his father, because Odin can do that. Anyways, he finds out it's about Ragnarok, and finds out all he needs to do is prevent Ragnarok is apparently defeat Surtur, but it gets obviously more complex than that. But it causes a chain of events to happen because you remember when we all thought that a certain person might have disappeared at the end of the second movie?
I am not listening to spoilers.
Yeah, I'm taking my headset off. Somebody tell me in chat when this shit's over.
All I'll say after that point is, well, the consequences of the actions of Loki in the second movie result in their bogus adventure.
All right.
And basically, it's about him trying to get back, and this movie, I think, finally figured out what they not only wanted to do with Thor as a character, but Marvel Cinematic Universe in general. They've just embraced the retardedness of comic books.
That's the way it should be. That's how it should be.
Yeah, and that's the way it should be. So yeah, they're like, magic, sure. Let's throw magic in here and stop trying to make everything technological.
Yeah.
And trying to make sense of things. Because like Doctor Strange kind of opened the floodgates on that one. Yeah. But
which is fine. Like those comics are, some of them are epic. I like Thor. I like Doctor Strange. I like that aspect of the Marvel universe. But continue on, man. What do you?
Scene in the movie is exactly the post-credit scene of Civil War.
Okay. All right.
But or rather, Doctor Strange. Never mind. I forgot. But anyways, it is not the best movie. Like every time a new Marvel movie comes out, people are creaming their pants and saying and declaring like the movie is like the best Marvel movie. So like, no, this is more like Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and that wasn't a bad movie either, but it certainly wasn't as good as the first movie.
Yeah. All right. So
it's a style quality. So this movie is getting a 7.5.
Oh, all right. I've heard actually it's the best in the trilogy from a lot of people, but it's nice to get.
It is, like, considering how low quality the first Thor movie was and how they could have done things a lot better in the second.
I like the first movie quite a bit. They kind of fucked up at the end.
Fucked up the Dark Elves in the second movie too, and there hasn't been a strong villain. They finally get a strong villain.
Okay, that's
with this movie.
All right, so you're giving 7.5. What about Pokemon the movie I Choose You?
And it's fine if a movie's just okay, because like I think it's just a sign of things to come, and it's only gonna get better from there. But Pokemon the movie I Choose You is at once a reboot. No, it's not a remake of the first episode of the TV show plus a new adventure. It's basically they used for the intro of the movie, they've used the first episode as a basis, and then they completely springboard onto a completely different storyline from there for the movie itself. I don't think they're planning to relaunch the original series in a new format or anything, but you could still consider it canonical because Pokemon's doing the whole multiverse thing now with the Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
Damn you, DC! You found that little out so you can make all your stories, and now everybody else does it. And God damn it!
Anyways, it is about how Ash gets Pikachu and then goes on an adventure, and the adventure this time is to climb a mountain and then meet Ho-Oh, who's actually from the second series of games. But they decided to just, instead of being a Johto journey, they just decided to include Kanto as well. So basically, Ash is doing this. So he's basically doing the story content of the second game. And instead of Brock and Misty following him around, he's got two other characters. He's basically just going on a solo Pokemon journey, and he's getting caught up on a couple of different adventures along the way. But it's a nice movie, and I was like, I went to Rotten Tomatoes and looked at like some recent reviews, and they basically said that it's an entertaining time despite the movie not seemingly knowing who its audience is. But I think the movie does know its audience. It just the review probably was confused because they're clearly trying to attract a new audience with this film.
Yeah.
Because if you're coming in here from the original series, having grown up with it, and expecting like nostalgia baiting, it only has just a little bit of nostalgia baiting. Because if you're going to see this movie for that reason, you're not going to be satisfied.
I'm sorry. What did you say? Nostalgia baiting? When did you come up with this term?
Yeah, that's
somebody else.
I've never heard this. What?
Yeah,
that's pretty good. Where'd it come from?
You know, when somebody uses nostalgia as a hook.
Right. I get it. I get it. But I mean, where'd it come from?
So
I don't know. But,
what are you giving Pokemon I Choose You?
I'm gonna give it a 6.5.
Okay.
I mean, which is good for a Pokemon movie because most Pokemon movies are terrible track.
Yeah.
Which I end up watching anyways because, like, if I'm gonna watch Pokemon anything, it's gonna be a movie because it's easier to consume rather than like hundreds and hundreds of episodes.
Yeah. Hey, Eric, on your Justice League, do you think you can hold off to next week on Justice League so that way people have a chance to see
I'll give it a preview then.
Okay, give it a preview.
I'm going to tell you my experience about what it was like just trying to see the fucking movie in the first place.
Okay.
Because when I went to the theater, I had to wait forever, and I told them that I actually came late and the previews were still going. Because of course previews are bloatedly long.
I know. I've been showing up later and later in the movies because of previews.
I noticed the screen had been all fucked up. I told them that it was fucked up, and we waited through the previews, and then the projector was shut off, and we waited, and that was about 20 minutes. So we're already late to the movie. I was late too. Because they hadn't even got it started yet, and they basically declared that their projector was fucked and they couldn't run the movie.
How nice! How nice!
It's like you had all fucking day to show this movie, and you didn't do a QA check, or did the projector suddenly decide to die on you?
Freak5 says Peter from Mouthy Broadcast went to see Justice League wearing a Marvel t-shirt.
And I went to see the 3D version at no extra cost. So I guess I at least paid. I paid for a 2D tickets, but I got a 3D showing.
You guys are all bitching.
But I had to come back 2 hours later, so I had to kill time by going to eat dinner and then going to Dairy Queen because the Dairy Queen's closing. It's like, I'll do that.
Everybody's bitching about previews, but that's one of the things
Then
I get.
Then I come back and it was like 40 minutes worth of previews because I think they were trying to do a longer QA check when we were in there, because they were running the reel for like local ads and shit, and then they ran the reel for actual previews, and that took 40 minutes in total.
See, the thing is, like, the movies should be showing you the previews in the lobby instead of having like all these posters up and shit like that. All these movie theaters and the big show business companies can afford to put some screens up to show you fucking previews.
I thought about that, but dude, there's way too much money involved. They pay a premium to show their previews on.
I know you're definitely right about the money.
Yeah, it's all about the money, dude. All right, let's move on to our stinkos. Breakman, your stinko.
Oh, my stinko goes to the fact we had no show last week. That sucked.
You really want me to wait for Justice League, though? Because you haven't even seen fucking Thor yet. When are you going to see Justice League?
Eric, dude, trust me. I'm going to see both of those movies after Black Friday. I promise you I will see those movies. I'm working on something now. We'll talk about it in a second. But Breakman, no show, huh? That pretty much.
Yeah, I was. You were sick last week, and I was busy cleaning a room. I was trying to winterize the house.
Yeah.
And what was left was the room that was basically the storage room. And if you went in there, you'd think we were hoarders and shit because it was so bad to the point there was like there's like that trail you make so you can get through it and shit.
Yeah.
So
I saw the took me off fucking day last Saturday.
I saw the preview for Rampage, and that actually looks entertaining.
Rampage looks good.
It's ridiculous enough to be something I might want to see in the theaters.
See, the thing is, it has The Rock in it, and The Rock, it doesn't matter what the fuck The Rock is doing. Dwayne Johnson always manages to find a way to be entertaining.
You know, something interesting about Rampage, though. You guys were talking about previews. First of all, I go to the theater to see previews too. Like that's part of my money. You know, I want to see what's coming out next. But Rampage,
time is important to me. I just want
interested in seeing the Showman.
Yeah.
Shows.
Rampage is interesting. I saw a preview for Rampage, and it's completely different than what I expected. It's not. It doesn't look campy at all. It looks like a serious monster movie, which is really cool.
I don't know. They're probably gonna throw jokes in there.
Maybe, but man, I think it looks good. I'm down. Monsters destroying buildings. What more do you need? So, all right,
I think it's just
too though. So
hang on.
I think it's just in most situations, people are like, "Hey, Dwayne Johnson, just be The Rock." Basically, we want you to be The Rock playing this character.
Yeah.
I don't think
there's anybody that doesn't like The Rock.
I don't think he can fix Jumanji though, but then again, he's not really The Rock in that movie either.
Actually, let's see. What was I gonna say? There are people that don't like The Rock. Ask Vin Diesel.
And those people are wrong. Dungeon Buster says Rampage looks like it'll be. Wait
for the DVD.
How dare you, Dungeon Buster?
And Freak 5 guesses I love the game. Like, Rampage is one of those one of the greatest arcade games of all time.
Yeah, it's a great game.
It absolutely is. Like, it was one of the first multiplayer type games, you know?
Yeah, it's a great game.
It was fun. Like, you're the monster, and as opposed to about every other game where you're killing the monsters. In this one, you're the monster.
Freak 5's exiled, and Dungeon Buster's teetering on an exile for waiting for Rampage. It's going to be the greatest video game movie ever made.
Well,
mark my
maybe
words.
Tomb Raider will be good, though.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. But mark my words, it's going to be a good movie. You're gonna regret missing it at the theater.
I'm not looking forward to that one nostalgia circle jerk.
Which one?
Retro movie that's based on video games, which name I can't even remember right now.
Oh, Ready Player One?
Yeah,
I think that looks good. I don't have a problem with
that. That's by Spielberg, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks
okay. Good. He's one of those guys that always finds a way to make the movie kind of entertaining.
Yeah.
Like there's never been.
Apparently, the book is a turd, so I can't imagine the movie being much better than that.
Yeah, I know, but Spielberg, it's Spielberg. Like, he may be the greatest director of all time.
Yeah. I agree. But Rampage is a great game. I think we can all agree on that. All right. Let's see. Eric.
Dungeon Buster in chat says I like The Rock. He just gets thrown in the bad movies from time to time.
Like Jumanji.
every good actor has their shitty movies. Like, name them: Marlon Brando, Robert De Niro, Al Pacino.
Wasn't The Rock in the Tooth Fairy movie or something?
Oh, wow.
No idea.
Yeah, there you go. Example number one.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks like Bridget's in the Twitch chat. So what's up, Bridget? I just want to say hey.
Oh, you're an admirer. All right. Hey.
But
or what do I mean? Hey.
Hey, how's it going? You should see the. I'm not going to show the camera, but
you know, it's funny. Liam Neeson's in an action movie. Well, that's probably the reason he doesn't want to do action movies anymore. It's because, like, I'm done with Taken, but I have to do this one more because I was contractually obligated. But fuck, no more action movies because I saw the preview for that one and I forget what it was called.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to Breakman.
Right.
Your Stinko. Oh, you already did. Eric, your Stinko.
My stink. I got a couple, but first of all is the passing of Hiromi Suru, who was a Japanese voice actor, for Bulma among many other characters, and she died at age 22 of illness. Sad. Which she was mistakenly reported of dying in a car crash. She didn't die in a car crash.
She was only in her 50s. That's ridiculous. That's sad.
I don't know what the illness was because they're still doing an investigation.
Yeah.
I don't know. I had an uncle died.
They only suspected it was illness because she was in the car in a seatbelt, unconscious and dead.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't look like there was any foul play involved. I really don't think that'd be the type of person to have enemies.
That sucks. All right, Eric. Anything else on your Stinko?
But more Japanese news. A Japanese school is actually making some students dye their hair, and it's led to a lawsuit. So yay for the lawsuit, but because it shit that happened.
Are they making them dye their hair blonde and then like making them like have like glitter around them so they look like they're Super Saiyans or something?
No, it's she had brown hair and they made her dye her hair black.
Why? That's stupid. That's dumb.
Because apparently, like, black's the default hair color for Japanese.
I guess.
And I think it's like the homogeneous hair color, and maybe some people see it as a sign of purity of the Yamato race.
What if she's like biracial though? Was she like dyeing her hair like to a lighter color, or was she legitimately like
brown hair?
Oh yeah, that is fucking absolutely ridiculous. That's even worse.
Yeah.
Like, if it's for one thing to say like the kids aren't allowed to dye their hair, but for them to say like this is their natural hair color, and like that is one of the most racist horseshit things I've ever heard.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it sucks, man. All right.
Well, fair. This is in Osaka, so it's in the country. So, like, cultural traditions are really deeply rooted.
So it's like the South in America. Okay, I get it. I get it now. I see.
Nice.
But still, like, this is 2017. Shit like that shouldn't happen in Japan anymore.
Yeah. It shouldn't happen anywhere.
Anywhere, exactly. Anywhere.
It doesn't help. It doesn't help to rid Japan of its problem with conformity.
Well, that's
just disgusting.
Not only that, I think the United States is actually playing a role around the world in emboldening people to be assholes. I really believe it. Like some of the stories that I've seen, regarding race and gender and everything else. I mean, we're supposed to be the leader of the free world. We're not the leader. All right, let me go on to mine. As you guys probably heard, the intro was Back in Black by AC/DC. Malcolm Young, one of the founders and guitarist, a very underrated guitarist in my view, passed away.
And the brother of the schoolboy outfit wearing lead singer.
Yeah,
here's the link for the people in chat to the article I was talking about.
Yeah. So it's a sad day for someone like me who's a big metalhead. I love almost all things metal. AC/DC influence, even though their riffs were basic and
Well, what really threw me is he was only in his 50s, right?
no, he was
Or
64.
he was in his 60s, but he died of dementia.
Yeah, he died of dementia.
That is like unfathomable to get
Yeah.
dementia so young.
Yeah, he died
That's
of dementia.
terrible.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Like, can you imagine going on tour and seeing his like rapid decline touring like with those guys? Like, it's unbelievable. But
Yeah, like
um,
I've been there watching somebody like die of dementia. Like it's
yeah,
one of the most horrible things to watch because like you'll get there some days like as it progresses and just you were talking about one thing the day before and you get there the next day and like they don't even remember you.
Totally forgot. Yeah.
Or they think you are somebody else,
Yeah.
or they're living in like 20 years past. It's just
that's why this stem cell research that they're doing on dementia and all those brain related diseases is so important, and why we need places like Planned Parenthood and scientists and doctors to get a handle on some of these things. There have been advances, but man, obviously we're nowhere near where we should.
it's because we spend a lot of there's a lot of there's a lot of problems like in the research community, a lot of but there's also a lot of problems with our government and how they fund and shit like that.
That I was just gonna say that.
Speaking of problems with the government, look, guess what Trump did this week?
What?
Jesus Christ!
He lifted the restrictions on hunting elephants, so now poachers can go kill elephants with impunity.
I have a feeling that his sons were at the head of that movement because
they could sell guns to the poachers.
No, that not only that, they can kill animals like they like to do. There have been plenty of pictures with Eric and Donald Jr. with leopards and lions.
Well, I should say he's attempting to. So the court might block him, they always have done.
I hope they do. I hope they block it. Trump is.
This is definitely a conflict of interest, then.
Dude, I was looking. If you guys noticed, like, I haven't really been delving into politics on my Stinkos because I'm waiting for that moment, that breaking point where we really are in a constitutional crisis. And let me tell you this, guys. We will be in a constitutional crisis the minute that Jeff Sessions steps aside as Attorney General and Trump appoints someone else. And most likely, he will get rid of the special prosecutor in that Russia probe. Then we will have a real constitutional crisis that I've told you guys for the longest is a very, very real possibility. And it sickens me that we've gotten to this point. Like, why haven't the Republicans gotten together and said, look, we have a real problem here, and we need to think about.
Well, I can answer that. If you've watched, both parties are really broken and fractured right now.
No question.
The Republicans are not unified, and that's why Trump hasn't been. Well, that's one.
Oh, Dungeon Buster says that they delayed the lifting of the ban.
Oh, good.
Because of the backlash over it, which is good. But as Freak was asking, where in the U.S. can you hunt an elephant? No, that's not what it was saying.
That's not.
It's saying that you can go hunt elephants in like Africa, and then you can bring your trophies back to America.
Yeah, and that's ridiculous. That's I think
we don't need people hunting elephants.
Like, I've already known.
Oh my God, how bad is the elephant population suffering because of the hunt for ivory?
Right. The thing about this is, guys, I've told you guys on this show, I've hated Donald Trump ever since the Central Park 5. And I needed to look no further than what he did with those poor kids and called for their heads, basically, called for the death penalty for innocent people, innocent black people. And ever since that moment, I already knew, kind of had the feeling because he was on Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous and all this shit. But the more I delved into who Trump really was, then you really find out really who that guy is by that action. That action right there. Anytime you want somebody to die without knowing 100% sure that they were a rapist or a murderer or whatever crime you want to say, then I'm going to discount you as a decent human being from that point forward. Because when you want things like that, you are not a good person, and Trump is not.
Oh, jeez, just because he wants to have kids killed? Oh,
yeah.
jeez.
No, I know.
God, that makes you a bad person now because you want to have kids killed. Jeez.
I know. That. Why should that make him bad?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's just killing kids. I mean,
he's a normal human being like everybody. He deserves, things.
Yeah. Speaking of bad people, all right. Right now you're listening to me on my mic on the computer, not my normal awesome snowball mic that I've had for the longest. It got stolen, and I think my piece of shit sister stole it. So fuck her if she stole it. I can't say for 100% certain, but I'm pretty sure. So it's gonna be a while before I get another mic to.
You do not get along with your family, huh, Frank?
I don't, dude, because it just shit just happens, dude. It's just weird. Like it really happens. Me and my sister have had bad blood ever since we were little, so it's one of those things. I think she thinks that I stole a garage door opener, but whatever, all I can do is just do. I know what I am gonna do. It's
not like you can return it now anyway. Fuck.
Yeah, I know exactly. What the hell? But anyways, so that was my day today. I'm not only late, but I got this. So, anyways, so that's that. Let's move on to Sweetos. I'm gonna do my Sweeto first. We're gonna talk about Black Friday, but there's one thing in particular that I need and want. Mug gave me a TV. And it's almost on its way out. Like it's getting that black, like shadow shit. It's like an old Insignia, cheapy TV, 32-inch. But I'm upgrading, bitches. I'm going to be standing in line for the first time in years on Black Friday. And I'm hoping to get that 50-inch sharp HD TV, 4K TV from Best Buy. So,
only like $3,000.
No,
I don't know, Frank. For Best Buy, a lot of people are going to start camping out early. You might want to go someplace like Walmart or something that has a larger inventory.
No,
okay. I'm just saying, like I know, like camping out at Best Buy, like there are people that get there. Really, there are people that probably already started.
I'm gonna go Wednesday to see what's going on there, how they're gonna work it, but. Dude, yeah. I really want that TV. It's only $179. So a 50-inch.
Just bring more money, like is all I'm saying, because they might run out of that.
If they run out of it, I'm not getting anything, and I'll just save my money for a different TV at a later time.
Oh, after waiting in line? Oh, come on, Frank.
Dude, I'm going to do my damnedest to be the first.
You're the worst Black Friday shopper ever.
I'm going to do my damnedest to be in the front.
I technically could have had EA as my Stinko, but I think they're Stinko of all time.
But anyways, so I'm not looking forward to waiting in line, but that's what I'll be doing on. I think it's Thursday they actually open, so I'll be there Thanksgiving trying to get my TV, and if I get it, you guys will be the first to know on Twitter, and of course I'll tell you about it on.
Yes, you'll brag. We know.
I might even do a live show from the Best Buy line, quick show or something. We'll see.
Interview the people in line.
Yeah,
what are you getting? TV?
People.
Oh, well, would you step over here for a minute? Clap!
Yeah, exactly. So if I got a TV, you know how I got it. So there you go. All right, you're sweet.
5 Chaos in chat says Frank is going to give ham jobs $5 to get up in line.
Yeah.
Get up higher. Dungeon Buster says the only reason I went to Black Friday a few years ago to replace a TV. It was an interesting experience.
You see, it's the same thing. I haven't been to Black Friday in many years, so it's gonna be an experience for sure. But
I do all my shopping online.
I used to work retail Black Fridays, and since then, like I'm over the whole like it's like out of hand and
I
stuff like that.
know,
Black
but
Friday, I go shopping. Like I never really have any problems on Black Friday.
dude, if this
The,
was
the, the only problems I have is I don't start until like 2 in the afternoon sometimes, and then most of the good deals are gone. But I don't know. I like going on Thanksgiving after I've gone to dinner and something.
yeah,
That
normally
doesn't
I'm
bother me.
look,
I'd
normally
like to actually go shopping, and on like when I'm done with Thanksgiving dinner and when I wake up on Friday morning, I've got what I wanted and I can play it.
see that's the thing.
If
Like
Frank gets a TV, we know how he gets it. Butt stuff.
unless those are hot chicks,
That's pretty
unless
much,
those
yeah.
are hot chicks in line Freak Five, I'm not gonna be doing the butt stuff, man. I'm normally with you, Breakman, but dude, it's almost a necessity for me to get a TV, like almost. So I have to get this TV, man. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it, man. I will be there in line to get that motherfucking TV. I just hope to get one. That's all I'm saying. But it'll be an upgrade from 32-inch 720p TV all the way up to a sharp 50-inch 4K TV, which is what I've been looking for. So I think it's a little big for my taste in the room that I'm in, but hey, I can't pass that up. I just can't. So.
Dungeon Buster says working retail Black Friday was awesome. The day goes by so fast, and it's a front seat to the chaos.
Yeah, I know.
And if you were somebody like me who was getting paid on commission, usually I wasn't always on commission for Black Fridays, but when I was on commission, oh my god, the holiday season is so fucking amazing.
I went to Best Buy on a lark on Black Friday just to go in there to get something, and and it wasn't even like anything special really. I was just browsing, and it took me forever just to get out of the line to the cashier just so I could leave.
Yeah, that's the way it goes.
The thing with Black Friday is because of like the Thursday shopping, the Thanksgiving shopping. Black Friday is becoming less and less of a hassle with stores being open on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
When I went to Target, I don't know, a few years ago when they were selling the Xbox point cards cheap, I think 50% or something like that. I went there like as soon as I could, and I waited in line probably an hour and a half.
Look, I
waiting in line, but I got my money's fucking worth though.
All I want to do.
I won't be able to do Black Friday because on Thanksgiving we're actually staying the night at my sister's house. So I'm probably just gonna go home as soon as I wake up.
I'm not gonna say what I just received in text message form from Bridget, but you can imagine. All I want to do is get first in line. All right, I want to get or close thereabouts. Run to the TV that I want, get it, and get the fuck out of Dodge. And if I happen to have extra money and I see a game that's super cheap on sale, I might get that, even though I don't have a PS4 at the moment. But other than that, TV, pay, go home. That's what I want to do. Fuck it. Fuck all that nonsense. Break, what's your sweeto?
And Dungeon says, I just don't like reading the stories of people getting trampled to death. Yeah, those are the sad ones. And Freak 5Cast says, Bridget is going to peg Frank.
How dare you, Freak 5? Don't knock it till you try it, Freak 5. All right. Yeah.
I'm sorry. What now? What was that?
I don't know, man. I'm just
that one up. What did you say?
I was trying to make it funny, man. That's all.
Yeah. What's that about pegging being?
It was something about Sweetos. Is that your Sweeto? Getting pegged?
No. My Sweeto goes to return of college basketball, and the Bearcats had a great year last year, and it looks like they're going to have an even better year this year.
I'm glad.
Excited.
I love college basketball, but I don't normally like get into it until about mid-season, because about mid-season's when you kind of find out, how teams are going to do and stuff. I'm a homer, so I like my Colorado Buffaloes. I like Colorado State Rams, Air Force Falcons. Just the local teams.
Growing up, like I liked college basketball, and I did root for a local team, but I was always rooting for like the kind of the underdog type team.
I always do that.
And then I went to college, and I went to a different school than the team I rooted for, and I totally became the fan of that team.
Yeah.
So I'm a Bearcats fan because I went to UC.
Yeah.
You know
what?
I love the
UC's always had a great basketball team, man. Like as far as I can remember, they've had some good teams over the years. Like my basketball teams have always sucked, except when Chauncey Billups was playing at CU. That was the only time they did anything in the tournament.
Yeah. See, the Bearcats' problem is they haven't had a superstar since Kenyon Martin. And the 1 year, like when Kenyon Martin was really fantastic, he broke his leg.
Yeah,
speaking
of Kenyon Martin, he played basketball for the Denver Nuggets, and those teams were fun to watch, man. But he had microsurgery on his knee, and he was never the same. But he was a great player, man, for sure. Freak5 says his Sweeto is the Punisher. And
yes.
Dungeon Buster.
I'm only a couple episodes in, and yes.
Yeah. Dungeon Buster says my Sweeto is Dunkin' Donut mini donuts. That sounds good. I
need to know more. Do they have mini donuts now?
Yeah, exactly.
They're not the donut holes. They're like tiny donuts.
Yeah, that would be cool. I need to stop eating sugar and shit like that though. I gotta lose some weight, man.
I got it.
But I didn't see a Sweeto for you, Eric. Do you have a Sweeto or no?
Getting through this fucking hell of a week where the first day I could have included this in my stinkos, but the first day I had apparently I had to work at 5 o'clock in the morning, and they didn't tell me.
That's
like
nice of them.
Friday previously. They never tell me anything. I'm sick of that.
Yeah,
bad communication.
You need to complain.
And this place and this something later happened in the week. But if I find out that the baler had been broken.
Oh.
And they tried to get it to work, and it stayed broken for about 3 days.
Wow.
So I had to do a whole bunch of work to make up for the fact that it was broken. So I had to take all the cardboard to the back compactor, which is normally just used for garbage and not cardboard. Although people do throw cardboard in there. Usually the stuff that has lots of laminate or other stuff on it. But that was backbreaking because I had to dump the carts into there by hand, and that's all heavy because of the way it's situated. And then dumping boxes and shit. And muscles are sore still. They're better than they were those days ago, but because I haven't had to do that for a couple days. But then I had to work on Saturday, and I was already working 10-hour days.
Yeah. All right. Anything else, Eric? Any other Sweetos?
And yeah, Saturday I had to work at 5 like every other day this week, but I was told to come in at 7, so I did. And find out that I was supposed to come in earlier.
How nice.
But I was already on overtime, so it's not like they could dock me for like time like spent for not clocking in, but whatever.
Yeah.
But stupid holiday crunch making us work all these hours every week.
Of course, man. That's how it always goes, man. All right, let's move on.
While you do that, the corporate presidents make all the money and shit.
Yeah,
you don't get much raise.
Let's talk about the Punisher real quick.
It's a small company. It's not a big company. So
okay,
they're not that many people, but they probably still benefit from being at the top.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Punisher real quick. I got a chance to see the first episode like in parts yesterday, in between doing other stuff. I think it's a fantastic way to start a show. I know that it's getting mixed reviews. It's not as highly rated, but
I think I know why too.
Okay, hold on. If it continues along the way that it is right now with that first episode, I want more of that all the fucking time from my comic book series. That first episode was an absolute crazy cool way to kick off a character like the Punisher in his own series. Go ahead, Breakman. What were you gonna say?
That's the thing with the Punisher, like being. I think they're trying to be as close to the comics as they can, as
And
far as like
yeah,
as far as like him being the Punisher, like you know, he enjoys like torturing, tricking, and killing his enemies. And that's what I think the problem is a lot of people are turned off by the killing at this
yeah,
point.
but I don't care.
Especially with the year we've had in America with all these mass killings,
Well,
I think really a lot of people are watching that. And Freak 5Cast says that sledgehammer scene was awesome.
it
Yes, awesome
was.
doesn't even begin to describe it.
Yeah,
For people like me, like the Punisher was like the number one '90s hero, you
yeah,
know.
yeah, absolutely. That
Like the '90s were the extreme years, and the Punisher was the like he was the extreme hero, you know.
there was a Punisher game that was really brutal like that too that I liked.
Yeah.
I I love when they are faithful to comics like that, and the is a very complex character. Like
Yeah.
his motivations are very clear, right? He pretty much snapped when his family was taken from him, right? I mean,
Right.
we that's
He's basically a broken guy,
he's broken.
and he doesn't. He went to he was in the military, and he was a police. Well, I guess in the original he was a police officer and stuff, but now he's the military
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
But anyway,
I
he was the guy who was very principled and hardworking,
yeah, yeah.
and until his family was killed, and since then he has suffered from extreme PTSD,
Yep, yep.
and not from not from the job of being a police officer or in this case a Marine,
Yeah.
and all the things he did. Like he was fine with that. No, he suffers PTSD from the death of his family that affects every move he does.
I think you hit the nail on the head. It to me, the Punisher has always been in disguise in a comic book. He is the boogeyman, right? He is a really bad nightmare come to fruition, if you will. And
Yeah, like as far as like as far as like nightmares, I think of like the Batman. Like,
yeah,
but at the end of the day, you know the Batman's not going to kill you.
right. This guy,
Yeah,
if
the
you're in his
Punisher,
sights,
if you're on his list,
yep,
you are dead.
yep, including Marvel characters. There's been instances where Marvel characters have gotten in his way, and he's like, "Fuck that," I'm gonna kill you too if you do that. So, I love what they're doing with the Punisher in this series. I don't give a fuck what the critics are saying about it. From the first episode,
like I said, I think it's just that with all the killing going on, I think those critics are just highly affected by that.
I agree, but
I think they've seen so much killing they don't want to watch a show that's all about a guy killing a lot of people. Like this show has a high body.
It's also kind of fucked up that the show seems to be portraying his problems in a positive light.
It's not. It totally is not.
In the first 2 episodes, it sure as hell has.
It is not, dude. He is. To me, he reminds me a lot of.
It's a bad time, like the fact that I guess Kick-Ass is a bad time movie. None of that. What happens in that movie is good.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like I think
even if it's like goofy.
Yeah, I think that the way that they're handling the Punisher is a lot. It reminds me of the way John Carpenter handled Michael Myers in Halloween, right? The original Halloween. He's more of like a monster. He's a shape, right? And he is that impending doom that if you fuck with that little bit too much, it's coming after you and it's creeping death. There's no way you're not going to get away from that wrath. And I love it because it humanizes PTSD, mental illness, and other things in a way that makes sense, And I think you hit the nail on the head, Breakman. I agree with you that the critics are shying away from it because of the amount of mass shootings. But we've been dealing with that for how many years now? Now we have a mass shooting in the United States every day, right? Like there's not a day that goes by that we don't have a mass shooting. I think that's what we're up to now. If my statistics are correct now, we suffer in the United States a mass shooting every day in the United States. So I think it brings light to a lot of that shit that we can't continue to be this way. We need to have some type of control over that type of behavior. And the Punisher is a good example of it. He's, you know, he's a broken man, like you said, and he usually only kills like very bad people. But that,
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't make him any better. Like I am not a proponent of the death penalty in any circumstance. There's no justification for it. If we as a society continue to kill people, then I believe that we're no worse than the monsters that kill people, because we're doing the same thing. You know, we can't continue along those things. Nothing in the Punisher has me thinking, why isn't Daredevil here? That's exactly right, Freak 5. He's a standalone character. He does what he wants anytime he wants to do it. He's not on Daredevil's time. He's not.
Aren't they in different parts of New York anyway?
No, they're all in Hell's Kitchen, New York.
Well, I think he's in didn't like the beginning of the story is basically he's been hiding out on one thing and now he's forced to go someplace else. Yeah, he's back in Hell's Kitchen.
He's
right?
definitely in Hell's Kitchen.
Okay, because he was somewhere else. I don't remember where.
Yeah,
I don't know where it was.
No, he was definitely in Hell's Kitchen. That's where that whole universe. The only thing I wish that Marvel will do in the future, maybe not right away, is introduce these characters into the broader cinematic universe. I think these characters can fit in fine. I can see John Bernthal's Punisher right next to Ant-Man or someone else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've just been thinking so much, like how I'd love for fucking Captain America to just show up in Daredevil for a few episodes or something.
Just an episode.
Or like, what about what they did in Spider-Man? Captain America, spoiler alert, since it's out on video now, you can all see it. Yeah. Spoiler alert, Captain America he never actually showed up in Spider-Man. He was always seen in video.
Yeah. Yeah.
And doing those promotional videos and stuff like that. Why not something like that? Like, wouldn't it be awesome just to
see it on the TV or something, like a commercial?
Yeah, like something to connect it more.
I think they will. I think once Disney takes all their series over to their platform that they're going to start, I think you're going to start seeing that, because people want it. I want to see Daredevil next to Captain America or Iron Man or Spider-Man, or you know what I mean? Like it's natural to have these characters together. But all right, let's move on, because I know you've got some stuff to talk about on Black Friday, Breakman. Yes. You compiled a list of all the greatest deals.
I did a lot of work on this list. So, are we ready for me to do this?
Let's do it.
Okay. So some of the best Black Friday deals. I talked, I guess, a couple of weeks ago about the systems I saw on sale. And since then, pretty much all of the Black Friday ads have leaked. And so far, conclusion is Kohl's still has the best deals on video game systems right now. On Black Friday, they will be selling the PS4 1 terabyte system for $200, which a lot of stores are going to be selling it for $200. Mm-hmm. They will be selling it with a $60 gift card, though. Yeah. They will also be selling the Xbox One S 500 gigabyte console for $190, which you're going to see pretty much everywhere. But that will be with a $45 gift card, so $190 plus a Kohl's gift card. They probably don't have many games. I'd imagine they probably have 1 or 2 video games they're going to sell. Yeah. But it's still a gift card you can use for clothing or whatever else.
Yeah. I wish they would have did a deal with the PS4 Pro, because that's the system that I really want, man. I want that 4K capability. You
can say all these deals are gonna suck if they don't have Dragon Ball Fusions for cheap.
I didn't actually see Dragon Ball Fusions at all. The only ones I saw were Dragon Ball Xenoverse. But the only other company that has one of those two main systems on sale, other than like I said, everybody's going to be so-called on sale, $190 for the Xbox One and $200 for the PlayStation 4. But the only other company that's going to offer you a gift card is Target, and they're going to give you a $25 gift card with your Xbox One, but nothing for the PlayStation.
Coles is,
I think Redbox is selling Doom for $10, and I think like what they do is they let you keep the disc and they'll ship the box to you later.
Yeah. Freak Five, real quickly before you move on, Breakman. He says, I think I would be happy with the show about Miles Morales, only giving him a different name than Spider-Man. I'd be totally cool with that. Miles Morales is one of the coolest fucking comic book characters to come around in years, in my opinion. I love it.
Yeah, in the cartoon, they in Ultimate Spider-Man, they called him Kid Arachnid.
Yeah, there you go. Kid Arachnid. I like that.
I like the name, too. Yeah. I think it has a nice ring to it.
Yeah, that's cool. Or maybe...
And I think it rings with Miles because Miles is, he's younger.
Yeah.
Maybe young.
Spider Miles. That'd be cool.
That's like, wait, Spider Miles. Why was your name Miles? Spider Miles. What's that?
Yeah,
that's my first name. I mean, roads over there. There are miles of roads. That's
I know. All right, continue on.
Okay, let me hold on a second.
There's gonna be some
belch. The only other deal on a video game system, I'm sorry, two more deals, but the only Switch deal I could find was with where did I put that? I thought I wrote it right there. Oh, here it is. Meyer is going to be selling the Switch. $300 is going to be the price for the Switch everywhere you go. But Meyer is going to give you a $30 gift card if you want to get a deal on the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, the Switch doesn't.
I was hoping I could find like Mario Kart for cheap or something.
The Switch, you're not. I mean, that thing is selling so many. That thing is selling so many that they really don't need to do a Black Friday deal for the Switch, man. Maybe next year.
Yeah, I'm thinking next year we are going to see some Switch deals. But the only other system deal is from a company called Shopco. I don't know if that's if they have buildings or what.
I think it's just an online site.
Oh, well, they're going to be selling the 2DS for $80, 2DS Mario bundle for $80 with a free game.
That's decent.
Your choice.
That's decent.
You're going to see the 2DS with the Zelda bundle everywhere for $70 or for $80 too this holiday season. That's a big thing.
It's a shame.
Which game is it?
It's a shame it's not a 3DS because I'd be inclined to maybe get that, but whatever. All right.
Let me see. As far as some of the games, the best prices I could find on games. Actually, you know what? I've got them pretty much listed for stores. I've got Best Buy here. I've got Target.
Go for it.
Toys R Us. I got Walmart. GameStop.
Do you go to CAG to find out all this stuff?
No, I went to one of the Black Friday websites and was going through all the ads and all the games. Like I said, I worked for this people.
All right, continue on.
Destiny 2 is $30 almost everywhere, so everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Just basically, if you're seeing it for more than $30, don't go there. Everybody else has it for about $30. Walmart will be selling South Park: The Fractured Butthole for $29.
That's a good price. That's decent.
Yeah, like I am definitely thinking about jumping on that. And that's for the Xbox One. I don't know if they're selling it for the PS4. See, that's the one problem with the ads is they don't specifically say if it's for one console or not, but it's kind of implied that it's both for consoles. Unless it's a game like Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas for the Xbox One, which will both be selling for $9.
Ooh, that's a good price. I might pick those.
Yeah, if you're looking for a cheap game for your Xbox One, I'd like the Fallout series. Also, Injustice 2 will be $19.
Wow, that's a good price. That's a great game, too.
And the new Assassin's Creed Origins also will be $29.
Ooh, that's a good price as well. All right.
Yeah, very good price. Those are from Walmart. GameStop, I know everybody hates GameStop, but GameStop will be selling the Fallout 4 Game of the Year edition for the Xbox One for $30.
Okay. That sounds reasonable.
That is a hell of a fucking deal with the price of the all the DLC in that game. They'll be selling Persona 5 for $30. Yakuza.
Wait, Persona 5 for $35?
For $30.
Oh, 30. Damn. I need to jump on
You should get that.
I know. But we'll see how much
You
money I have.
You should get Yakuza as well.
Yakuza is $30. Elder Scrolls
So which
5,
one is this? That Yakuza 0?
Yeah. Let's let...
These are the PlayStation 4. I'm sorry. For the PlayStation 4, Yakuza 0. Also, Elder Scrolls 5 for $20.
That's a great game.
And I wrote this one down just for Frank. Dragon Quest Heroes 2 for $25.
Okay, that's a good price.
And Final Fantasy 15 for $20.
Okay. What else?
Walmart. Wait, I talked about Walmart. I already did Walmart. Sorry. Toys R Us will be selling Disgaea 5 for the Switch for $40.
Well,
That is one of the very few RPG. That is the only RPG deal I can find for the Switch. For most games for the Switch aren't on sale.
The only RPGs for the Switch right now.
Yeah. Most games aren't on sale for the Switch except for Dragon Ball Xenoverse. I saw for like $20. Also, Toys R Us.
Eric, let him finish.
Came out recently.
Eric, let him finish.
That's fine. Definitely, I like the interjection on this. Toys R Us is also selling for the Wii U, if you people still have any. I don't know why that's a racist statement. It's not meant to be. I say it all the time, and I feel bad every time I say it.
You people.
I know. It's in my vocabulary, though. It's not a term I mean. When I say you people, I mean everybody who isn't me.
I know what you mean, man. You mean white people. That's what you mean.
Right. I mean not white people. Anyway, for the Wii U, Paper Mario Color Splash is $35. Pokemon X and Y will be $32 a piece. Target is going to be selling Pokemon Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby for $25. And they have a few of the other.
Those are newer, but they're cheaper. That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's a different store. Toys R Us was Pokemon game. X and Y were $32 there. But if you go to Target, Alpha, Sapphire, and Omega Ruby are $25. They also have Soft Park for $30, Injustice 2 for $25, Elder Scrolls 5 for $15.
Damn. On the Switch or which system?
For that one is for the PS4.
Okay.
Yes.
Damn. I might have to pick that up, man. Shit.
And since you were going to Best Buy, Frank, while you were there, South Park is $35. Assassin's Creed Origins, because I wrote Ass Creed, is $35.
Sounds like you said Assassin's Creed.
Assassins. Sassy Crassins.
Yeah.
Wolfenstein 2 is $25. I've actually seen that cheaper. I didn't write it down cheaper, though. Tekken 7 will be $25. And this is the cheapest I saw, Call of Duty World War II, $40.
Wait, Wolfenstein 2 is going to be cheap at Best Buy?
At Best Buy, it's $25.
Oh, if I have enough, that's the game I'm getting. For sure.
Elder Scrolls 5, they have for $25. They also have Kingdom Hearts 2.8 for $20. And even cheaper than Target, they have Pokemon Omega Red for $20.
I may pick up 2.8 because I don't have that yet. I've got the collection of the first two collections.
Dungeon Buster says Assassin's Creed Origins is so worth it. I heard Battlefront 2 is also priced for Black Friday after temporarily removed. Okay. All right. Wolfenstein 2 is good, he said. Continue on, Breakman.
Yeah, that is really all I have as far as the deals. Those are the best deals I saw. There are, like Walmart, for instance, has a lot of games that they have not listed for different prices, like $9 each, $19 each, $29 each.
I'm sure Best Buy and
maybe that's where I can find Dragon Ball Fusions.
That's at Walmart. And at GameStop, for instance, they have their regular buy two get one free, but they also have like games different priced on sale normally from whatever it is, but priced at like $10 and $15, and they have a deal if you buy like three $10 games, you get them for $20, and if you buy like three $15 games, you get them for like $30, stuff like that.
Yeah, buy two get one free. It sounds like.
So GameStop has some pretty good offers on their used games right now.
Yeah.
Or not right now, but on Black Friday.
Awesome. Those are great deals. There's also, like I said, don't go to, if you're in Denver, just stay away from Best Buy. Don't go anywhere near any Best Buy in Denver, because I want to
shank you.
I will shank you. I've been known to shank you. So, yeah, I really want that
I also
TV.
saw like the Oculus Rift for people for $350 at a few places.
Yeah. There's the PlayStation. There's a PlayStation VR. I think you're getting $100 off everywhere. TVs are insane at Best Buy. Like a 50-inch sharp 4K TV for $179. That's why I'm gonna be there.
And Walmart. Walmart's got some really good
Walmart
TV prices too.
Right.
As far as I saw on the television prices, those two and shit, who was the other one? It was another company. I can't remember. I have to think about that.
Yeah, there's.
I'll go look while we're talking.
No worries. The TV deals are insane. The best one is the one that I'm getting, $179 for a 4K 50-inch TV. There's a 32 or I'm sorry, a 40-inch at Walmart, I believe, for $200. There's some great deals on TVs, and it's perfect timing for me because. Like I said, my TVs won't last much longer, and what better way to get a TV and get a bigger TV and just have a better all around deal at $179. I don't think you can beat that. $199 at Walmart. I saw a bunch of TVs. They're on Amazon. They are also having a bunch of TVs. Those TCL TVs. I don't know if they're any good. Maybe someone.
Yeah, Amazon was that was the place.
Here's a Black Friday deal I'm giving to people. Does anyone want to buy my copy of Darksiders 2 for this Wii U for like $15?
Yeah, no, I'll pass. I think I have that game somewhere on PS3 or whatever.
I have it on PC now. Yeah. So
I don't have a Wii U. Somebody can buy that for me for Christmas.
There you go. So there's all kinds of deals. We want to know.
There's some definitely good deals out there.
If you get
one of the things that was going on this week that really irritated me.
What's that?
Walmart, and I thought it was probably a scam at first, but apparently every day at 2:00. And I know it isn't a scam because I was trying there for a few days. This past week, they were selling the Super NES online.
Yeah.
And I know I got other things I didn't want to spend. I didn't really want to spend money on it, but the fact they're selling it, and it's like, all right, I have a chance. But it was gone within a minute every fucking day. I didn't think it was real the first day because I walked on the website and it was like out of stock. But the next day I tried it and it was like, oh shit, it's right there.
Dude.
And I hit it and it's still fucking too late.
Every time I go into Best Buy, they always have two. And I never have the money to pick one up. If I had the money, I would have picked up one and just sold it to you for, cost, but plus maybe a little bit for shipping, but dude,
that is messed up that some places, like I hear all the time, like New York has hundreds of them.
Dude, we have.
You always see a couple of them.
I always see a couple.
Southwest Ohio, they're fucking scarce as fuck.
Dude, I will try. Like, if I have enough money and I don't end up buying a game, I'll pick one up and send it to you.
I need the self-control of not doing it. So, I mean, it was good for me that it wasn't actually in stock because I really don't need to spend money on it. Yeah. I appreciate the offer, but I really don't need to spend money on it.
If by some chance,
it's just really annoying that they do something like that. It's like, here, we're gonna give you a chance. Gone.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah. Thanks.
You gotta be quick on those, dude. They sell out. Like I saw on.
Oh well, here's one. On eBay, or I think it's eBay right now, for $449.99. Thanks, assholes.
Yeah, dude. I almost was gonna be an asshole and buy one and sell it on eBay for double or triple, but I didn't. I wasn't an asshole. So, all right. Is there anything else, guys?
No, that's all I had as far as the Black Friday deals.
Anything else from you, Eric, or are you good?
I'm good, but I saw something really gross on Twitter.
Okay.
The Flamin' Hot Cheetos turkey.
Oh, yuck.
What?
That sounds...
Yeah, someone's doing that for Thanksgiving, apparently.
Yuck. All right, guys. I think that's all we have time for today. Breakman, your plug, sir.
You can follow me at RPGrinders on Twitter and at break_. Oh, goddamn! I almost forgot, Frank.
What?
Tomorrow.
Yeah, son. Oh, yes. I want to discuss this real quickly with you, Breakman.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and say it. Tomorrow, two of the fucking terrible
Worst teams?
worst teams, stinking piles of shit. We're playing each other.
Besides the 49ers and Browns, I would agree with you.
Yes.
I almost want to boycott the NFL this year.
I was thinking like it would be awesome if we did like kind of the opposite of a normal bet. Since our teams are both bad,
we bet,
and normally the teams are competing for like playoff spots,
right.
But since both our teams are bad, we're actually competing for draft picks. So it would be better for our teams to win. I mean, better for our teams to lose. So my bet would be to bet against the Bengals, and yours would be to bet against the Broncos.
Right,
but I have nothing. But I don't know what we'd bet.
We'll let the chatters decide that next week. What we have to do if I'll take the Bengals, you take the Broncos,
right?
And whoever loses wins, which is good. I guess. So yeah, we'll let the chatters decide. It'll be a statement. I don't want to do anything stupid like you have to dump water on your head or jump.
Especially now it's getting fucking cold outside.
Yeah,
Hell no.
None of that. But we'll let the chatters decide that. Dungeon Buster, Freak 5, the Archivers, MXT, whoever else, Bridget even, Dungeon, all those people. You guys can decide what the winner/loser does. Yes, but the reason I bring that up too, Breakman, real quickly, and I think we need to talk about it next week, is they did an autopsy on Aaron Hernandez, and they saw what they saw in his brain was the youngest, worst case of CTE that they had ever seen. And I think we need to discuss that as a topic for maybe next week's show because it's.
We need to find a new way to play football.
They do. I think
me and you played sports as kids.
Yeah.
Too. Isn't that something that also like should concern everybody?
No, I don't. I think if you
I think boxing needs to be looked into too.
No, boxing. There's not as much evidence as there is in football. The problem, and
so you're saying it's less head injuries and more everything else?
I'm telling you, the problem with football is the fucking helmet. All right, if they get rid of the helmet, I think that would solve.
I think that might be a lot of it.
That would
helmet's basically advice, and it only gets worse when it gets pounded
I'm not saying it would solve it completely, but I think that would just eliminate a lot. Because if you look at rugby, which is a much more aggressive sport than even football, they don't have CTE. It's not an issue. So there's a lot to talk about.
I think you're right. I think you're right a lot about the whole helmet thing. Like helmets, they try and design them to be safer and safer and safer.
Yeah, and it's not working. It's basically
like a lot of it is that people who are I should say defenders who are going after the ball carrier
fucking white people.
Sometimes use their helmets as weapons.
Yeah.
Would they use their head as a weapon?
They do, and that's why the comparison with rugby is so stark, dude, because they don't wear helmets.
American football should just be like it is in Starship Troopers, where they like wear weird equipment and then they use like jump pads and everything's soft and padded.
No, just no helmets, and that.
Co-ed showers. Yes.
Ooh, yeah, that would be cool. All right,
make it co-ed football too. Why not?
Hell yeah. Well, with all the groping allegations, I don't know if you want that, man.
I want co-ed showers.
I do want a women's league, though, of some kind.
All right, we gotta go, guys. We'll talk about football next week because I've got a whole. I could talk about that.
No
for
more
a whole
football
show.
ever.
No, we need. It's important, dude. It's a major topic of discussion. So next week we'll talk a little bit.
Unless
about
it has to do with that.
Co-ed showers?
Eric.
No.
Eric.
I want to talk about co-ed showers.
Some of our listeners actually do watch sports. I know it's hard to believe, but all right. Breakman.
I just want long tangents, that's all.
Breakman,
I just want co-ed showers.
Yeah, I know. Co-ed
Why do you want
showers.
co-ed showers for a sport that isn't co-ed?
I don't want it for the sports. I want it for
I just
myself.
want it, period. Like if you're going, yeah, let's camp open. They have to be open too, right?
It's kind of like you said though. It's like with all the sexual assault shit going on,
well,
we need to fix that shit first.
Yeah,
with Breakman,
I'd be arrested the first day.
With Breakman,
he wouldn't stop staring, officer.
With
Sorry,
Breakman,
I tried. Then I started staring at her, and then I couldn't. Then I tried to start. Every time I turned around, there's somebody else to stare at. I'm sorry.
With Breakman's luck, he'll get in a shower with Donald Trump, and that'll be his open shower time with hands.
I don't want to talk about code.
You know how there's a showering with your dad simulator, showering with Donald Trump simulator.
Oh my god!
I don't want to talk about showers anymore. I'm done.
All right, let's move on. Plugs, Breakman.
At RPGrinders on Twitter and at break_man. On Twitter.
Eric, your plugs, please.
Like I said, you can find reviews for websites I've written, like TotallyGN.com, BostonBastardBrigade.com, VogNetwork.com, and HonestGamers.com. And you can also find me on Twitter at EricRPG, and then there's my Facebook page, Funny T-Man.
All right. I want to throw a special shout out to Dungeon Buster Freak 5 and to Bridget especially for distracting me during the show with all kinds of stuff on my personal phone. So there you go, Bridget.
What?
Yeah.
What's going on here? And you're not sharing with us?
I can't share it on YouTube.
If it's Freak 5 related, I kind of don't want you to share.
It's not Freak 5 related, that's for sure, man.
Does it sound like something Freak 5 be into?
No, I think I'd ban myself if it was Freak 5. I'd exile myself. All right, let's move on. Let's see, Eric, you did yours. Special shout out to all you chatters, Dungeon Buster Freak 5, Bridget, as I said. Everybody on the archives, thank you so much. If you haven't joined us for a live show, next week we'll be doing it Saturday at this time, 3 Eastern. The following week, which will be December 1st, will be on Fridays going forward, 7 Eastern time. So that's about it, unless you guys got anything else. Anything else, guys?
I need a beer.
I need a beer too, man. All right, stay safe.
I need food.
Yeah, stay safe this weekend, guys. We want to see you back here next week.
Don't shoot the turkey.
Yeah, don't shoot the turkey.
Don't be that guy. Don't shoot the turkey.
Yeah. All right. Stay safe this weekend. We want to see you back here next week. Have a good
Happy Thanksgiving.
Have a good Thanksgiving. Be kind to others. Help out.
Also,
I don't
stay safe on Black Friday by not going out.
Or I shouldn't say I don't care, but I know the
don't be insane like Frank is.
The terrible origins of Thanksgiving and such like that. But Thanksgiving to me has always been about food. Being thankful for your family and food.
Yeah.
Food.
The way my family's going lately, fuck that, man. But anyway.
Well, then move to number 2, which is food.
Yeah. Well, exactly.
That's why it's my second favorite holiday.
And I want to say, seriously, be safe. If you're going to Black Friday, do not trample people. There's always a story of somebody that gets trampled on Black Friday. Please be orderly. You will get what you need. If you don't happen to get what you want, there'll be other times. It's not worth.
There'll be Cyber Monday deals.
Hang on, Eric. Don't get hurt. Be kind to one another. Help people out. And usually it works out for you. So take care. Stay safe this weekend. We want to see you back here next week. Till then, we are out. Later, guys. Every time I just think Zelda with our outro. I don't know why, man. But all right, chatters. Thank you, Dungeon Buster, Freak 5, and Bridget. Thank you guys.
Yeah,
so much.
I'll see you guys later. I have to take care of something. If you need me to do a show, I'll do it in a little bit.
Eric, do you have time?
Yeah, I have time.
All right. Later, guys.
Okay, cool. Later then, guys. Later, everyone.